Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, likes, comments, 2 comments, or subscribing, all of these things are very much appreciated as they do help with the algorithm and my channel's ranking on YouTube. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. I haven't made one of these in a while. Back at it. I know. This video is going to be about how little Bitcoin is left, how all the rich people are buying up all the Bitcoin, and I have numbers. Yay! Numbers are always really fun. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. We know that, and I'm going to try and find the article and either put it here or put it over there, wherever I have space, that if all the Bitcoin currently released by the network were evenly divided amongst everyone on the planet, I believe each person would be able to have 0.003 Bitcoin. I believe that that's the number that I've read at least a year or 2 ago. However, the idea of one person owning an entire Bitcoin shuts out tens of thousands of people from ever being able to do that. This is why this accumulation is very, very significant, because we have been getting news. If we are getting this news, that means the stuff behind the scenes we can't even begin to imagine that's going on. These are so significant because every time that a company purchases 2 Bitcoin, they're stopping multiple thousands of people on the planet from ever being able to own an entire Bitcoin or even that 0.003. Supply and demand. We got news on the 5th of April that a company called MicroStrategy, which is a subsidiary of MicroStrategy, purchased 4,167 Bitcoin. One company, 4,167 Bitcoin on one day on the 5th of April. It was announced the very next day, on the 6th of April, that MicroStrategy now holds 125,051 Bitcoin. That is one company. Once again, if you equally distributed Bitcoin, 0.003 per person. My idea is that as these rich people continue to buy up all the Bitcoin, there's not going to be any left. If you saw the recent Bitcoin 2022 conference in Miami, Kathy Woods, Mike Novogratz, and third and fourth name all believe, and we're talking that they believe that Bitcoin is going to $500,000 to $1 million in the next couple of years. That's not even considering what's meant to happen when the next halving takes place, when the next halving after that takes place. When is the year 2042? If in the next couple of years Bitcoin is expected to be $500,000 to $1 million, where's Bitcoin's price going to be in 20 years? Keeping all of this in mind, MicroStrategy alone holds 125,051 Bitcoin, and I think the guy who runs MicroStrategy, I think he also has, as far as we know, I think also over 100,000 Bitcoin just to himself. Also keeping in mind, he works with other people. Other people are around him. We can also assume that these other people are also buying up Bitcoin as well. And I assume logically that they own more than one. They're like, one is fine. No. I don't want any more Bitcoin. One is fine for my portfolio. That sounds a bit weird, right? Because they probably are buying more than one Bitcoin. Tesla holds 42,902 Bitcoin. One company. Also, we can kind of assume that Elon Musk is also holding as well. Maybe another person like the COO or CFO of the company as well. They're probably also holding some Bitcoin. Maybe some other employees were like, hey, Muskie holds some. Let me buy a couple. Galaxy Digital holds 16,400 Bitcoin. Voyager Digital holds 12,260. And Marathon Digital Holdings holds 8,956, and these are the companies who have told us that they own Bitcoin. That's always the most important part. Never forget that. These are the US companies who actually decided to openly say, hey, we own some Bitcoin. Don't forget, at the beginning of this year, we got news that around 300 banks in the United States were going to be offering cryptocurrency and Bitcoin buying, selling, and trading services through their platforms or through their websites or through the bank themselves. How can a bank sell Bitcoin without actually owning Bitcoin? Unless those banks are also buying up Bitcoin. See, it makes a lot of sense now, right? And tons of other rich people are also buying up tons of Bitcoin. It just, logic, you know. Luna Terra, which is a cryptocurrency foundation coin project, announced that they have a stable coin called UST, I assume US Terra, that they had intentions to purchase $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Just them alone. Not any other company, not the Ethereum Foundation, not the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, not the Cardano people, just Terra Luna, and just for their stable coin. We can also assume if the reserves are for their stable coin, how much of reserves will the actual company have? They're not simply buying $10 billion to be like, now our stable coin is safe. No one else hold Bitcoin. Everyone stop buying. Sell all your Bitcoin. We can also logically assume that the person who said, hey, let's get 10 billion in Bitcoin is also like, maybe we should get a couple of other billion for our actual company's reserves. So that's 10 billion just for their stable coin. When they announced their intentions to buy $10 billion worth, they immediately made a $1.6 billion purchase of Bitcoin on the first week of April. One company. If you haven't watched the other videos that I've made, please, I implore you to do so, because the numbers are ridiculous. And we keep getting more and more of them all the time. That's why I was like, well, here I go with another one of these videos because I haven't done it in a while. For those of you who don't watch the other channel, we get either rich people bought Bitcoin or celebrity sports star is now getting paid in Bitcoin. There are a lot of celebrities who are getting paid in Bitcoin. There are a lot of sports stars who are exclusively getting paid in Bitcoin. There are a lot of mayors and probably some governors, presidents who are also being paid in Bitcoin. There's not a lot of Bitcoin left. And I think a lot of this imagery has escaped people's minds because they look at the prices and go, well, Bitcoin keeps going down. Yeah. It's going down while they're buying in the background. You can buy over the counter. Your transaction still hits the blockchain, but it does not show up on a cryptocurrency exchange because it's over the counter. On top of that, we had news that around, of all the Bitcoin that's been created, that's available for people to purchase, only 10% is actually left on cryptocurrency exchanges. 1 out of every 10 Bitcoin is available for people to purchase. We had news about half a year ago that that number was around 25%. And then it dwindled to 22%, and then 19%, and then 18%, 17%. Bitcoin's price kept on falling, and then 16%, and then 12%, then we got to around 10%. A lot of people aren't paying attention. Rich people are gonna buy up all the Bitcoin that there is. All of it. All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. We are going to have our first trillionaires come from the cryptocurrency market. I wonder all the time how people are going to react. This is just my mind. How people are going to react when they realize that they could have purchased an asset when it was lower or had a fraction of it before it hit $500,000, as all the analysts are saying. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to get to a point where people go, oh, I need to buy Bitcoin right now. I can only put around $500 into it. You can't have an entire Bitcoin at that point. What happens to all the richest people when they're trillionaires? It's kind of like the power of future buying that I always end up thinking of. If this market is really going there, there's a reason why hundreds of banks in the US were like, we need to get into this right now. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they're all into Bitcoin. The ones who haven't mentioned that they're buying Bitcoin, we know that they're buying Bitcoin. They don't have to lie to us. And on top of that, so in the United States, there are, at the time of me making this video, there are still no Bitcoin ETFs, an exchange traded fund, which is basically a fund that allows people to buy an asset without having to actually physically hold said asset. However, the people who run the fund, they have the asset, and that is the fractionalized thing that they're buying. The point is, there's multiple Bitcoin ETFs in Canada. Woo! Can't believe it, because so many other places in the world have seemingly figured out that the world will not collapse because there's a Bitcoin ETF. There are multiple, I think 15 Bitcoin ETFs around the world right now. There is one in Canada that we just got news of that holds $1.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. I think we have 5 here in Canada. I think there are 5 Bitcoin ETFs, and one of them has $1.6 billion. One. Understand the significance of all these movements. Understand the significance of rich people buying up this asset. Why are rich people so concerned or so obsessed with buying up all the Bitcoin? Why do they all think that Bitcoin's price is going to $500,000 or to $1 million? The craziest price that we've ever seen was between $4 million and $100 million. $4 million being Bitcoin is now used as opposed to the US dollar, and $100 million is all forms of money. Anything, even debt, are now based in Bitcoin. So that concludes the video of rich people are still buying up all the Bitcoin, and they will continue to do so until they are multi-billionaires and trillionaires news. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See